Web3.tv.
Welcome back, DGens and crypto enthusiasts. This is day 2 of the Solana Breakpoint Abu Dhabi 2025. I'm Adele, the host. Today we have Danny Nelson from Bitwise. Danny, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Day 2 of this conference. I'm glad I won't be sticking around here for day 3. Gotta say that much.
How has been your experience with the conference so far?
You know, I've been to, this is my 4th Breakpoint now, and it's been really fascinating to see the evolution of Solana. Like 5 years ago when I went my first Breakpoint in Lisbon, it was really about the scene, the atmosphere, the culture. It was good, but it wasn't where crypto needs to be. And like at Bitwise, we think a lot about how these assets can appeal to an institutional environment.
Right.
And I'm really seeing that in a way at this conference that I haven't seen before.
Okay. Let's get straight into Bitwise. So firstly, why don't you introduce yourself? What's your role at Bitwise?
Yeah, so I'm a research analyst on the Bitwise research team. I cover Solana, Ethereum, all the programmable blockchains, which is to say where RWAs are issued, where DeFi happens.
Great. So let's get straight into it. So Bitwise is an asset management company, 15 billion under management. Do you see like the likes of AI and automated trading potentially disrupting venture capitalism? Because if it can trade for you on the retail side, retailers can sort of gain power against the institution. They're never going to compete, but automated trading, algorithmic trading has already been around. But with AI, the advent of AI, do you see that as being the next trend?
Well, so for venture capitalism specifically, I think there's a unique slot. And to be clear, we don't do venture capitalism.
Right.
But venture capitalists go out into the world, they evaluate startups, and they give them assets. They give them money that they brought in from LPs, from investors around the world.
Right.
And I think that AI is really going to help investors up their game, understand what they're getting themselves into more so, because it just lowers it evens the playing field. It lets more people learn more things more quickly, and I think that's a really positive thing. Okay. You know, with algorithmic trading, that's actually been around for a very long time. What we're thinking about now with AI is more the generative AI space. Right. So that's going to ChatGPT, going to Gemini, putting in a prompt, getting a picture, getting a text response.
I'm sure your colleague Matt would have big views on this, but we've seen a trend from TradFi to DeFi, which is the trend was initially buying shares, but we're seeing tokenization, buying tokens. Do you see that as still a trend? Has that died off? What's your opinion on that?
Tokenization is up, I think, around 322% over the last year. So that's the amount of assets that have been tokenized, the RWAs, those real-world assets. Right. And I think that's only going to keep accelerating as we really perfect these market structures within crypto that allow for real-world assets to find more liquidity. So you're saying it's
more valuable to own tokens than actual shares in a company?
You know, it's a debate. It's a debate. It really depends what you're buying. Right. Because not all tokens are created equal. Just because something's tokenized doesn't make it any more or less valuable. Right. What it really makes it is more tradable. So you can do more things with it. If you have a tokenized asset, you can borrow against it. You can lend it out. You can earn yield on it, and you can trade it in secondary markets, perhaps even easier than you could have in other forms. And so that's where tokenization really makes a difference. Right. It's not in making things more valuable, it's making things more accessible.
Okay, and the programmability of tokens allows the use of smart contracts to do things with it, whereas with shares, you have to sell it. That's the only way you can cash out, is to sell it to someone who's willing to buy it. Yes. And that usually is a closed group of people.
Yes,
and sometimes there isn't a buyer.
Exactly, and so these questions also persist within crypto, but the important thing when it comes to tokenization and DeFi and smart contracts is it creates a common framework for the world to access these assets.
Wonderful, thank you. Final question, going into the new year and beyond, where do you see Bitwise going next? So you've already got $15 billion of valuation already. Do you see that increasing tenfold? Where do you see that going?
Well, I sure hope so. I think that we will. I think that within the current environment, we just issued BSOL, this massive success of a Solana staking ETF, seeing huge uptake in the US. And I think we're going to keep seeing that trend continue as the SEC warms up to allowing more assets to take the form of ETFs. That's really the next step for crypto. Like, being able to buy it with your wallet is one thing, but being able to buy these assets with your brokerage account alongside your Apple stock, alongside your Google, alongside your S&P ETFs, that's really where we're going, and that's where Bitwise excels.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, just before we finish off, for those watching, if they're interested in getting in touch with you or Bitwise, where can they find you?
Yeah, so I'm on Twitter or X at Real Danny Nelson. Find me on LinkedIn at Daniel Nelson, although I think X is the best place to be. And Bitwise Investments is the Twitter. Check us out. We got great content on the research team.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
All right, folks, that's a wrap. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you found this insightful. We'll leave all the links in the description so you can check out Danny's profile as well as Bitwise. Thank you again. I'm Adele, the host, and I will see you next time. Cheers.
Thank you.
Web3.tv